Hi everybody, this is Gary Dean and this is our nightly video report for Thursday, February 9th, 2017. If you're in the Northeast, hopefully you guys are dug out already. We got about 6 inches of snow, nothing really major, but pretty impressive day for the Bulls. And uh, some of the news stations are saying it was sparked by President Trump's remarks on taxes and stuff like that. But it really doesn't make a difference. So I was, kind of leaning towards a top was going to be made, and I thought it was going to be the gap up that we had the other day, and it wasn't. So it's no big deal. I wasn't pounding the table that that was going to be the exact top. It would have made sense if it was, but it didn't. And nothing has really changed though as far as the bigger picture. And I still believe there's going to be more points to the downside than the upside. And one of the things that I had mentioned that takes place during a topping pattern is that each new high is becomes less and less, meaning that here we made the new high, and we ran up some 60 points. This, when we made the new high here, we were only up 20 points. Now we're up only, I think, 10 points from the previous high. So and I don't believe that we're screaming higher. It's just that's what I mean by you take 2 steps back, 3 steps forward. 3 steps back, 4 steps forward. This is part of the topping process, and like I said, it's a frustrating time. But this is uh, where I guess what I was trying to explain was, where both sides have to believe that the market's not going to go down. So we made new highs. So most likely a lot of bears got shaken out. The bulls that were waiting for the market to pull back now are at new highs they were chasing today. So we're on that, on the kind of edge of both sides believing that this market's not going to head down, and that's when usually the dramatic moves to the downside start. Now, it may still take a little more time to play out, but I'm still believing that there's more points to the downside than the upside. And here's some of the reasons. One, where this is a bear flag right here. Even though we're at the top and bear flags typically happen at lows, when it's tilting up like this is a bear flag. When it's tilting down, it's a bull flag. So you can see that we're kind of at the top of this little channel right here, and this is what I mean by nothing's really changed as far as the bigger picture. And that's because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I thought this may have been 5. Obviously, it wasn't, so 5 just gets moved here. The bearish divergences get exaggerated, and they really get exaggerated on the daily charts. And once this tops, whether it tops today or it's going to take a couple more tries higher before it tops. Once it is in though, and this 5 is here, uh, there's going to be a pullback that's going to come anywhere between the 2197, and it could go all the way down to the 2132. So that's why I'm saying, even if yeah, from when I've been saying that there's more points to the downside than the upside, it wasn't that we had a top right then. It just meant that if we head higher, it may go up 10 points from the previous highs, or even 20. But when it tops, there's going to be anywhere from 75 to 100 points to the downside, if not more than that. So that's really my reasoning on where I'm saying that nothing's really changed. The wave pattern, the technical pattern, the bearish rising wedge, and the bearish divergences is all pointing lower. Now we just have to wait for this topping pattern to complete, and when it does, most likely a lot of people are going to be caught on the wrong side. So let's take a look at some pivot points that need to be done before we could even consider a high in place. So the first one, obviously, the bears are going to have to get through this 2305. If they do that, then we're going to come down to this support area here, and that's going to be anywhere from the 2301 down to, say, the 2298. So this is the support zone right here. If that breaks, that's probably going to be the earliest clue that we are starting some kind of top. And really, the line in the sand is going to be down at this 2288. If we start losing that, that's when people are going to start getting uneasy. It's not until we take out this 2266 that we're going to start to see panic, because we haven't really seen that kind of drop since this rally started. So it's one of those things that right now, if they decide to head higher, keep an eye on this the 2311 area. But like I said, the bearish divergences, even this move here has the bearish divergences, so we have them on all time frames. And one thing I want to just circle back. I put down for the S&P futures. I put that whole thing with the inverted head and shoulders. It pretty much played out exactly how it should have, as far as with the inverted head and shoulders and the pattern. So it's something that it's happens a lot, where when it happens at the top of the chart, it just ends up being a trap. It still may end up being a trap, but it didn't play out the way I thought. And typically we would have just gotten a quick move up to the previous highs or whatever, and then we would have failed and come back down. So it continued up. So the pattern actually, if anybody that was that traded that pattern on the bullish view, it worked out. So that's I just wanted to make that clear, that that it's something that happens a lot. This time it didn't, so I wanted to just clear that up. But anyway, like I said, overall, just be patient. It's something that it's tops take it's a process. And again, I'm not looking at this as we're heading into a bear market. I'm looking at the next move is there's more points to the downside than the upside, and it's going to be pretty much when everybody gives up on the market heading down. And when that happens, it usually heads down really fast. So with that, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.